Hello and welcome to Cybercast show episode 300. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Join with me is several people here, so we almost have a full house. Let them introduce themselves, starting with Primal Selfish.
You could occasionally find me uploading content to my OnlyFans, PrimalSabbath.
Ooh. Was that Nick? I wasn't around for that part.
Yes.
Okay, you can find me everywhere as Angry Mike and eating a bowl of spaghetti.
And you can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Instagram and Twitter as Sportimus Prime.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me G1Xtron on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We do have a collection spotlight. We're going to be taking a look at Mike's collection, his action figure collection today. A little bit later, we have quite a few topics for you guys, and plus, about 4 weeks worth of things, kind of news announcements that have came up that we're going to kind of screen share and look through that, kind of talk about it a little bit. But if you guys are ever interested in having your own collection shown on the show, then just take however many pictures that your collection demands. If it's a large collection, you're going to take a lot more pictures. Small collection, you're going to take fewer pictures. And make sure you send those in an email. If it has to be multiple emails, just make sure you number them like 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. So I make sure that I got them all. And send them in an email to me at g1hexatron@gmail.com. We'll take a look at them at the next show. Also, we're not going to be doing an Instagram spotlight today because we have so much other stuff going on. But if you're ever interested in that, you do some really cool photography. The bar is pretty high. Then make sure that you get in touch with Rick at Shatrdglassjazz on Instagram. Just message him, and he'll take a look at your stuff. And if it's something that he wants to show off, we'll take a look at it on the show. No Mount Rushmore today, but we're going to go ahead and do figure of the week. Let's knock that out. So, Primal Selfish, which figure of the week now? Or 4 weeks?
Dude, so I only got I was gonna say the past 4 weeks. I think I only got 3 things in. But honestly, it's probably gonna be the Transformers Universal Monsters crossover, the Dracula. I got that, and I got Kingdom Tigatron, but it's I own Kingdom Cheetor, so I'm not really super overwhelmed by Tigatron, even though I'm happy to have it. But that Dracula is it's pretty cool, man. The soft goods cape. I love the box. How it slides out like a VHS. The inner packaging is a VHS, and the outer sleeve is one of the old VHS sleeves. So the presentation was really cool on it. And again, the soft goods cape, and it looks like he's wearing his little tuxedo and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just really awesome. It's just a black repaint of the Mind Wipe. But
I just thought it was funny
so that's
that
my figure of the week.
You're the youngest person in here, and you're trying to explain to us what a VH tape was.
Yeah, but you know what a beta is? I mean, let's start there.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Betamax.
I still
I'll explain it for your
stores and say, where are all your CDs?
Yeah.
I still got some 8 tracks.
I was gonna say, where's the 8-track tapes at?
That'd be
That's
awesome.
Arkansas
I wish I
special.
still had some of that stuff.
What'd you get?
So it's strictly a repaint, but I didn't realize how cool I played it for longer. Is the Shattered Glass Jetfire. My only issue with my copy, and I don't know if it's going to be a widespread issue, is his legs, the screws and the hips need to be tightened down really good because they were they weren't tightened down all the way at all. They were really loose. So I do have the original Jetfire, in the same mold, but I didn't really fool around with it too much. This one I did fool around with a lot more when I got it. But and I did get a lot of Transformers, but this one here I really like the most.
That's it?
Sport.
Yeah, one toy, right?
Come on,
One
Sport.
toy? Okay, I thought we had more than one option. Okay.
Come on, Dalton. Let's go.
Oh, boy. Don't make me get salty on you.
He's like, come on,
We've
Dalton.
only been doing this for 300 episodes. Let's go.
That's all. Well, since I only got one to show, I'll show my favorite one of the haul, and that's going to be Wreck-Gar that I just got yesterday, actually, from Big Bad Toy Swamp.
He looks so beautiful in the box.
I actually liked him so much, and I haven't even opened him yet that I ordered another one. That way I can make him like a quad bike. Have you seen pictures of those?
I have
Yeah, you can put 4 wheels on them.
4-wheeler, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because he's got the spikes on the outside. So you do that. That's my figure of the week.
All right. Well, I did get a lot of Transformers, but I got to be real. All of it was underwhelming, so I'm not going to represent Transformers. But I will throw up a PowerCon set that I was happy to get, and yeah, haven't opened it yet. And to be fair, usually I open everything. I'm not sure I'm going to open this. So it's I mean, all of their packaging, everything they do is freaking beautiful, off the chart. But this one, I just have this feeling that I shouldn't open it. I just get a vibe that don't open this one.
Which one was that again? I missed it.
If you open that one, I'll open my Green Ramulus. How about that?
I'd open it right now. Are we opening it?
Yeah. Call me on that one.
Because I don't see that
Man.
happening on this show.
Yeah.
It's
One day I'll
the
open it.
duplicate and faker.
Oh, duplicate. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, that can stay in
Yeah.
the box. It's got a nice window in it and all that.
it's very beautiful.
I could say NECA Wingbat just because I like the character, even though it's NECA quality, but he's already put up in a case, so I'll just grab something that's next to me. And I'll say the Shatrdglassjazz, even though I haven't opened it yet. So,
All right, sport.
Yeah. Just gonna
Yeah.
beat me to it there.
yeah.
How many you got?
He's awesome, isn't he?
I had 2 on pre-order, and then since I found one, and I found one sweep in store today, I canceled one of each of them. So, but I'm just gonna do 2. That's enough.
Okay.
This stuff is too expensive now. So, which I guess we'll get into.
Yeah.
You get
Rick,
4.
me too. That's how many I got.
Well, if you have 2
Yeah,
sweeps and 1 scourge, it's still 3. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3. I've always felt 3 was an ideal troop number,
Yeah.
but like 2 is really strange. You got very weird energy with that troop number. Literally shaking.
Ric Flair can't be wrong, right? And
Yeah.
Arnie
You need to
Anderson,
be balanced with
Tully
the force
Blanchard.
there.
All right. Toy Mafia joins us. Says hello. David Lynchine joins as well. Says happy Saturday, fellow collectors. And did anyone land any awesome Black Friday deals? I mean, I basically just did shopping for like other. Actually, I did get something for myself that I told my mom. I'm like, you can get me this. Just you'll buy it. So it was an air fryer.
Mom, give me your
I
credit
think I
card.
I think it was that day that I got the second wave of the Plasma Series Ghostbusters, and I think 3 of those were on sale for like maybe $16. I saved a few dollars. I don't know if that counts, but I think that
Any
was an
dollars are
Amazon
better than no
thing.
dollars.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
few dollars saved.
All right. And Art joins us as well. Says, I hope we had a great Thanksgiving. Same to you, man.
Dude.
All right.
Because
So
the food is always great.
talking about the first topic, big items versus whatever game system, PS5 or Xbox. What would you rather have? And this just goes back to HasLab has Rancor going on. They had, just finished Victory Saber. They've got that Proton Pack. They got that Sky Striker. Then you got Super 7 over here trying to unload they just did a Thunder Tank. Now they're trying to do a Party Wagon, and all this stuff is like $500. Fluctuates $400 to $600. In between there.
I got a question before we start. Just a quick
What's up?
question: is this the PlayStation and Xbox for what it's supposed to cost if I could buy it in a store or online?
Right.
So
For like the
$500
$700.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
between
what is it,
five
like
and-
600 or 700,
5 and
depending on
6,
whether you want
somewhere
to
in
disc
there?
or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So I can't go with 8-bit Nintendo.
Hey, if you want to, I mean, they're not going for no $600. So
Yeah, he's
I'm
going for the
just saying that
ColecoVision.
that these prices are the prices that your consoles are costing. And
Yeah.
when it comes to because Rick and I were talking about this like I don't know, like a few weeks ago. kind of off air to where I was like, I have my PS5. I bought this game for $20. It was on sale. It's $20, and I was like, I put like 50 hours into it. Like, just played it nonstop all the time. I probably put more than that into it. Put a ton of time into it. And it was only $20. To where this guy right here is $20, and he's just gonna go up on my shelf, put him up there. Like, I'm not gonna get 50 hours of playing time with him. So, and then even you think about, that's just like a game versus, a figure. But even thinking the console, how much time you'll get out of that. And like Dakota, I know how much you play Xbox. You know how much I play PlayStation. We game a lot.
So I do want to disagree there.
Would you rather have your Xbox, or would you rather have Turtle Party Wagon or Star Wars Rancor and a Sky Striker?
Right. So I want to kind of tackle the whole video game thing real quick. Like, even if you're paying like $20 for a video game, right, and you're logging in, hundreds of hours just in like the last year alone, I know I've put in healthy amount of hours on Destiny 2. It's like the game that I'm playing right now, and have been for a year, more than a year and a half. But like, so say one of the things that I got around the time I started playing that heavily, like, eventually I'm going to fall off of that Destiny 2 party wagon, so to speak. I'm going to like either go to something else or just not play Xbox for a minute. Like, there was, I think, like a 6-month stretch where I never even touched my Xbox. So like, the stuff that I have, just because I'm not physically manipulating it, doesn't mean that it is not serving a purpose for what I've got. Like, all this stuff behind me, I've had it for years, and it's all served a purpose a lot longer than truthfully that Xbox One has. I've had a lot of that stuff longer than I've had that Xbox One, just because I don't physically manipulate it. I guess it's how you view
yeah, but I'm not talking games here. I was giving the
as an example,
the lead in to that was 50 hours on the system, and how much that I spend with the system versus what would I rather have a party wagon in my hand, that I can look at and mess with. I spend too much time on the system.
I personally would rather the big ticket item, because here's the thing. Let's say these systems were readily available on store shelves like they historically have always been prior to this like pandemic retail culture that we're living in now. Eventually, as all technology does, those system prices are going to go down in a year or two. I think I waited 2 years to get the Xbox One, and I got it for like $200 when it was like originally retailing for like $400. Of course, they dropped the 1S and the 1X. And that's all well and good. Like, I missed out on something with like better graphics potential or whatever, but it didn't affect my overall enjoyment. Like, I really don't care one way or the other. Whereas I have a limited amount of time to buy this HasLab Unicron before I'm stuck like with non-buyer's remorse, and my only option being $1,000 or more. So like that's how eventually the PS5s and the Series X's, they're going to be readily available eventually. And eventually they're going to get knocked down by half price whenever they're ready to come out with a slightly updated hardware version of these next gen systems. In which case, that's when I'll swoop in and grab it and see what all the hubbub is about. Personally, I don't want to have to pay double MSRP for HasLab Victory Saber, or if I was interested in it, the Sky Striker, the Proton. Give me these big ticket items because there's a limited window for me to grab them at the price that they were meant to be before the secondary market and non-buyers remorse sits in.
But that's my way of looking at it. You don't get both. You don't get one now and then one later down the line. Like,
okay. I'm perfectly happy with my Xbox. I'm perfectly happy with my Xbox One. I don't care about the new systems. So give me the big ticket items. Yep.
What about the rest of you guys?
For me, it would depend, and this one's a little complicated. So before the pandemic, my answer might have been different, but because of the lack of the hardware on the shelf or even online, where it's just not readily available. This is the first year. I think I mentioned this to you. This is the first year since the Atari 2600 that I have not bought a video game. It's not because I still have a PS4, I still have an Xbox One. I'm just not interested. I was interested in buying a PlayStation like out of the gate, and I haven't been able to. And now I guess I'm a creature of habit. I'm not really missing it a whole lot. And I use the PS4, as a hub for other stuff as well. So it is a weird time. So that might influence my answer a little bit. But the other thing is, it would depend on the big ticket item and my emotional attachment to it. So a Rancor, no, I'm never going to take a Rancor over a PS5.
No one's
Especially chances are, first of all, the Rancor is not that popular, at least to me. It's not in my world. So the PS5, I'm probably going to play, I would imagine, for at least 6 to 8 years, hopefully, who knows? So no, but if you're talking about the sail barge behind me, I'm going to pick the sail barge every time. And why is that? Well, to me, the sail barge means more. And I'm at a point in my life where some of the big ticket items I have, they serve a purpose. Think of it as an emotional support toy, I guess. I come in this room every day and been working from home a lot, and I see these things, and they honestly make me feel better. I love them. I love toys. We all do. And the sail barge filled a hole in a Star Wars collection. Star Wars was the first action figure line I collected. I'm almost, I'll be 50 next year. So I'm 49 right now. So Star Wars is something I grew up with. It was the first movie I saw in the theater. And I had most of the vehicles growing up, and most of the figures. And now I have all the figures, still not all the vehicles. But that sail barge back there is beautiful to me. Both it represents not only a hole that was filled from childhood, not having that big play set to represent that cool scene that I loved, but also it just as a part of, I'm a toy collector. And as a toy collector, there's some big items in my collection that I lean on heavily, as these are the things I like the most. So yeah, it would depend. A Sky Striker, no, I'm going to go PS5 every time. So it really depends on the big ticket item for me. Just depends.
Yeah, I'm similar to what Rick said. For example, I bought the Snake Mountain, the classic Snake Mountain by Super 7. That was a big ticket item. And the reason why I did is because the original Snake Mountain is kind of a junky playset. There's nothing to it. But the new Snake Mountain from Super 7, that was something that hit that sweet spot for me. But these things are large, and I just can't buy all these big ticket items. I don't have the space for it.
Especially when they're coming out at the same time.
That's true. But like the Party Wagon, as an example, I like it. I like what Super 7 is doing with the Party Wagon. But one, it's too big, and two, I think the price is too high. And for me, it partially comes down to value, whether it's monetary or personal. I'd be perfectly happy with a vintage one, to be honest with you. It takes up less space. It hits home to my childhood. I'd rather have a video game system. I'd get more mileage out of it. And down the road, I think it'll be worth more money.
Mike, what do you think?
Me personally, because I don't like doing video game systems no more, so mine would have to be a big ticket item. And then even then it's going to depend on what it is. But I'm sorry, when consoles got to the point of taking multiple hours to download one game, I was done. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
if I can't put it in there, turn it on, and start running people over, I'm have no interest. I mean, I am so old that I prefer to have an 8-bit Nintendo before anything else. And that's just me personally. I just think the amount of money that you're going to pay for these systems nowadays are outrageous. These are extremely, in the secondary market on them are even worse. I mean, people paying $700-800 for these PS5s, and I don't even know if Xbox had something come out or not. I don't even pay attention no more. But I mean, I have an Xbox One, but I strictly use it to stream. That's it. If I'm gonna play video games,
it's a glorified DVR.
Yeah.
It is.
It's an Amazon
the
Fire
sad-
Stick.
The sad part is I got two of the damn things. I got one in the living room and one in the bedroom. And because I took the one out of the bedroom into the living room, and Sarah got mad because she wanted to keep using it, so she went and bought one from Target. I mean, they were reasonable cheap to get a hold of. I mean, the point being is just I loved Xbox, the original Xbox, and then I guess what was it, Xbox One after that? That's what it was,
360.
right?
360.
Okay,
and
360 was the last system I played a game on, and I loved those games on there. You can,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, Need for Speed, all those games are good. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
you
with
can
that.
just
pop the disc in and
start playing. There was none of this waiting time. I can't stand it.
Yeah, right. I don't got that many hours left in life. I don't need to waste 5 of them waiting on a damn game to
So
download.
they to be honest, like that was my issue with the one at first, but they've definitely remedied it. Like if you pre-order the games
I mean, they're
digitally on like the
fast
Xbox
now.
One store or the PS5 store, it'll download it automatically, and it's just time gated until the release date. Once they send that little patch through or whatever, you can playing like on release day. But like if you're like just buying a game as you're buying the system and you have nothing loaded on it, yeah, it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, that's
You have to
where I
like
was at.
load this. You have to set the system up in another room and let it just download all your crap and still play on your old system until you get it ready.
So 360 is good enough for me. As far as big ticket items, I don't usually get a whole lot of big money price big ticket items. So I mean, like the HasLab stuff, some of that stuff doesn't tickle my fancy. I think the only big thing I dropped money in a lot of money was Action Force, and that was probably about $500, $600, $700 worth of money I put into that. So
Well,
that's where I'm at on that.
speaking of big ticket items, Mike, you're gonna have a Masters of the Universe Classics Castle Grayskull with Point Dread and Snake Mountain for sale at our booth.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
100% complete.
Oh,
So,
sad.
all right, moving on to the next thing. Because like one of I thought this one would be fun. You can take one thing from someone in this group's collection, but they get to take something from yours.
Well, we know Josh ain't going from Dakota because it's all B stores.
I actually,
no, he would take one thing out of spite. He
I'm-
would take one thing out of spite.
Yes, because I was like, I have two people I'm
Yeah.
going after. One, Rick, you know what I'm taking? I'm taking the Hot Toys '89 Batmobile. I'm taking that. Okay, so you'll get one of me from Dakota. I don't even want the damn thing, but I'm taking this Green Ramulus, and I'm gonna videotape just like
Opening it.
like burning it,
Oh.
running it over with the car, and throwing it in the trash. Like I don't even want it.
It's like I said, I knew he would take something
Wow.
from me out of pure spite.
So
For me, it would but bro, Rick's about to get picked on. I would
He should. He's got
absolutely
two
take
damn
that sail
rooms.
barge.
Y'all don't know everything.
I would.
And his
I
mother's
would-
closets. Yeah.
I would absolutely take the sail barge, man, because like I started like cherry picking my way through the vintage collection, just getting random things that I like. And I'm not a big Star Wars nut by any stretch of the imagination, but Return of the Jedi was one of my favorites as a kid, just watching it on VHS. Remember I explained those earlier? And the coolest scenes in Return of the Jedi, like I can stop watching it and then restart it from the beginning. It's the entire thing, like everything from like Jabba's palace and Jabba's sail barge. After that part of the movie ends,
Yeah.
I don't care about it. The
Mhm.
movie sucks to me. But that and Princess Leia, like all of that was just, I don't know, it was just really cool. Seeing Boba Fett, seeing him get swallowed up by the Sarlacc pit, but just everything like with the sail barge. I feel like the sail barge really represents best that part of the movie. So it would definitely be Rick's sail barge. The
All
end.
right,
nobody
so,
coming after Mike's pops. Really?
No one wants a pop. So,
Mike, do you still have
I
that
get-
prototype Flash Sentry?
no, I didn't have that. I had a prototype.
I thought you got that.
It was a
Okay, well-
prototype reflector. Is what it was.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I want to jump on the. I want to take from Rick's pile, and I know he has that.
like buzzards.
Going after your Terror,
As soon as Erica tells us you pass, we all got first
I
class.
know.
tickets all the way
I
out
was
there.
like,
already,
I was
Bro,
like, dude, over the next.
I've already
Over the
already
next
have my
10
plane
years, we're just
ticket
gonna-
paid for. I already have my plane ticket paid for. I just have to tell them the date. I'm just waiting
I've
until he
already
passes so I
put
can
the
book.
items on index cards and put what you probably can get from each one of you people. I've already put on there hold out on Josh. We think we could get at least 3,000 from Josh. Yeah, I'm gonna make index cards for y'all.
Everyone's just gonna be like messaging. Hey, how's Rick holding up? Oh, he's still hanging in there. Okay.
I sent some flowers. Did you get some flowers? So, if anything, it would actually be your Hot Toys Ecto one.
Ooh.
They
That's a-
show up at
that's a
his
good-
door with
that's a
some
good
flowers. And he goes, those are from my garden.
So I know when I'm next to dying, I ain't got to worry about none of you buggers just coming to my house. All I got is pops almost. So I ain't worried about it.
I noticed yesterday actually because I hadn't looked anything up since the movie hit and was doing well, and that Ecto is up to 3,000. I mean, some people are asking
God.
6, but it's up there.
Oh, they're making
It's
an
a nice-
afterlife Echo as well.
I saw that.
For what, Hot
I
Toy?
don't know if I have a spot.
It's
for it.
Blitzway is who made it, I believe, right?
Yeah.
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 Nice.
I don't know I don't know everything you guys have. That's my.
Probably
I
'cause you already
don't
have it.
know.
Yeah, he
Well,
really already has it.
Dakota's
I don't-
probably got some B. I mean, I like Beast Wars. I'm just not hardcore, but he might have some Beast Wars stuff that I might want. I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of like Takara, like old school, Transformers Victory stuff, but so I don't have much left on the G1 side, and I'm not into proto types, but I mean, there's some holes in my Beast Wars collection. I don't know what else. Josh, if it was Josh, I'd probably go for the 1-in-1 scale Kylo Ren setup. Honestly,
I was gonna
because
say,
I don't have,
I'm surprised no
I
one
don't
would take
have
down-
that. So that's probably what I would go for. Because I don't have that, and I wouldn't mind having I like Kylo Ren. I like Boba Fett more, but I do like Kylo.
Rick just has Josh like taxidermied and put him in the costume.
I don't need the mannequin. I give me his body.
Yeah.
Stuff Josh and put him in the costume.
Oh my god.
Do it now.
Oh wow. All right. Well, I would steal Josh's Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. That 1/12 scale. You want that
My
for a
man's still
while.
theft, and he's wanting. You're trying to move to Texas.
Yeah.
Better watch your stuff, Josh.
Get some extra for get you a couple extra handguns there, Josh.
There you go. Slither at your front door. Yeah. So that's one.
I'm your Uncle Barrett.
Both things they want are right by the door.
Yeah. So that one would be definitely
What's the going rate on a green Ramulus, by the way?
too much.
The last one sold. It was AFA'd, but it sold for $7,000.
Yikes.
All right, I might change my mind and go green Ramulus.
He's got to go green Ramblers because he's got to afford to buy another cell barge and Batmobile.
I could get the Afterlife Ecto and have 2 Ectos. I could also get the DeLorean for that. I don't have the DeLorean.
Rick's already.
So yeah,
counting
green
his money.
Ramulus. It sounds like that's the ticket for sure.
Yeah.
And Josh was going to run over $7,000.
I don't even care about the money.
Yeah.
I know you just. I get it. You want to do you should do like a mystery, like put it somewhere in some state and do a video series of Dakota trying to find it.
Oh, that was
Just true.
And then I want to
Taking weekend flights out.
Mike's,
trying to hunt for it. I would watch that show in a heartbeat.
I would too. But I'd like to get Mike's pop figure Twinkie just so I could do unspeakable things to it.
He used to have
I'll
a
send
bunch.
you like 30 of the damn things.
That's okay.
I
That'll be
remember
enough.
when he had all of us searching all over Target for those things.
Mhm.
Mm.
And I want Rick's Hot Toys Thor
That's doable.
from the Avengers.
I'm surprised
glad
nobody.
nobody's after my,
It's got like
I
5
really
of
am,
them. So.
I'm surprised nobody.
I'm glad
said
no
that
one's coming
Defiant,
after my
'cause
my
it's
1 to
hard
1
to find
scale
complete
Baby
and
Yoda.
unbroken and stuff.
Yeah.
Defiant, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about this one? Because part of the conversation of the last thing we were talking about is like, hey, would you rather have a big ticket one of the big ticket items in toy collecting that we do, or video game console, which we were also kind of talking about is like kids today, they're always on their phone and playing the video games. You don't really see them in the toy house. I don't see them in the toy house. All I see is other adults, buying this stuff, and all the stuff that is like, hey, this is not for you. This is catered to the kids. It's fully packed and it's not moving. Every week I go, it's fully packed and they're not moving any of it, and they have to go on clearance. Meanwhile, all the adult collectible items, you can't find them. They're gone as soon as they hit the shelf. Before they hit the shelf, they don't even hit the shelf. Employees are grabbing them in the back and just taking them home. So I was going to ask, what are 4 lines that kids won't even know about in 20 years? Like, we're in Transformers, Master Universe, but like we still know some niche stuff as well. But kids, 20 years from now, ones that are kids that say like right now, 20 years from now, do you think that they're going to be as knowledgeable about all the toys in this era as we were in the 80s and 90s? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm wording that correctly.
No, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I think, I had this conversation a few days ago. I don't think, I think that the kids that are being born now are going to be a toyless generation because everything is digital. You have like these companies like selling NFTs, and I think that eventually you're going to see like the big draw. If a toy company can like pay for a design and put little or no actual tangible product like into it and have to pay for those kinds of things like manufacturing and things like that, but still be able to sell it at a $15-$20 price point, they're going to do it. And if they can manage to convince their target demographic of 5 to 10-year-olds that, hey, you need to get this cool digital transformer, let's say, for example, they're going to hound their parents about it. Their parents are going to be like, okay, here you go, and you're going to have a CAD file on the cloud that your kid's going to play with in their Oculus headset. So like that's going to be what I think kids think of, in 20 years when they toys. The kids that are being born now, maybe the ones that have are kids now. They probably they're not going to know what GoBots, Silverhawks, Captain Power, Gargoyles. They're not going to know any of that stuff. So I think like those are just going to be my 4 like off the top. But I think that like the world of toys, I think the evolution is going to be 3D printing your own and then just straight digital. No physical product. I think is how this industry is going to at least attempt to evolve. Because I think like what was that Power Rangers NFT that Hasbro put up during PulseCon? Like wasn't that like a 3D? Wasn't that like an actual 3D file of like?
I think it was the gold Megazord.
One of their Megazords.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if I'm not mistaken, it was like a 3D file, wasn't it? It was.
I believe
like
so. I think it was a
like
3D file, but I think later they might make it. I thought they might actually make it later, but for now it was just going to be a digital.
So yeah, like if it's a 3D file and it's something that like whoever bought or won or has access to 3D printing, like there you go. Like they're already trying to kind of float that, and NFTs are just their way of getting into that. And then I'm not going to get into the big hubbub of NFTs. Like I think it's all a scam, just like I think cryptocurrency is a scam. But like you can see they're trying to put that in.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, I don't disagree. I want to pick a low hanging fruit. I want to
pay for it with your make believe money. Go ahead. Selfish knows what I'm talking about.
So one of the things that's hot right now with adult collectors, but if Hasbro doesn't change their ways and come up with solid media, G.I. Joe kids won't collect G.I. Joe. In fact, I don't think they collect it now unless they have fathers like me and the dads that, pass along to their kids things that they loved, or, they see the things that their adult collecting dads are into. G.I. Joe's in trouble. And here's why. Hasbro, and whether they reinvent it or not, it's been reinvented a few times, but as a military line, Hasbro is going to have a really hard time these days putting that out on the shelf for kids. A lot of laws, a lot of legal issues, a lot of just big company corporate structure that they have to deal with. And I think that's going to be a problem. It already is. We've already seen it's a problem. So where Transformers has some movies that are out there, whether we like them or not, they've done really well. And there's a brand new kind of Transformer fan out there that grew up with those movies and that media. They may not even collect the action figures. Maybe they have one at their desk at work, right? Like an Optimus Prime or a Bumblebee, because that's the low-hanging fruit. So they've kind of done, I feel like Hasbro has done a pretty good job with just keeping that out there and marketing it and not being afraid of it as a brand. They're kind of afraid of G.I. Joe. When they put out the Snake Eyes movie, look at where G.I. Joe fell in the marketing of that. It's a very small little bit of subtext. And they hit it on purpose. So I would say, without going too deep into it, I would say G.I. Joe is in trouble in 20 years. I think it could be in trouble now if they don't get the media end of it right. Star Wars made a few, they stumbled a little bit. And I say stumbled, some of the newer movies. But then, you got Mandalorian came on the scene and they cranked out a Baby Yoda. And they started to please not only the hardcore fans, but brought in new fans. So they figured it out. They've kind of figured it out. And I think they're going to be around forever. Right now, I'd say that's solid. Even Ghostbusters recently have invigorated that brand. And this guy I think he got it right. Time will tell. But G.I. Joe, I'm most worried about. And then, I think some of the low-hanging fruit, Hasbro has, we've seen that they own the Mask license. They haven't done anything with it except for the comic books that adult collectors bought. So Mask is we even know that we've had conversations where if they were to bring it back, would it be vehicles and figures, or would it just be figures? So I think Mask is in trouble. I'd add that to my top 4. And those are two things that I really like. The last two, I don't really have a vested interest in it, but I did like them growing up. I didn't have any Sectars. They're totally in trouble. Yeah, we've seen some of the little teeny figures that they've done, but the insect puppet thing, I just don't see that ever coming back. And I think it was a cool line. That's on my list. But the one I collected that I don't have any of right now, but I would love a complete collection, is Wheeled Warriors. And they had a cartoon. I have that on DVD in the other room. I watch it time to time, but I don't have any. And I don't know if I think that I added that to the list because like where Super 7 has kind of bringing some life to Silverhawks and Thundercats and things like that. They're mostly adult collector stuff too. But it is out there. Wheeled Warriors, they're not going to touch that. It's like Mask, where it's vehicle oriented and the figures are secondary. So those are my 4: G.I. Joe, Mask, Wheeled Warriors, and Sectars.
I picked 4 that people even today that collect toys probably don't. A lot of them don't even know. Like when I've done reviews on them, and people are like, "I think I remember these when I was a kid." Thanks for reminding me or something. So one, I put Sectars on there. And I had a pretty good collection of vintage, the Sectars that I eventually sold. But like whenever they came out, like, hey, they're the small ones. I'm like, nah, you didn't even make them 6 inch, and they were bigger than 6 inch. They were tall. So I said Sectars for one, because they had a cool like little, the spider puppet, hand puppet gimmick. Another one was Sky Commanders. Um, God, if you had a bunch of those were a nightmare to put up. Like when, all right, get your toys together, put them in your toy chest, dude. They were getting all tangled up. Like you may have wrapped them up, the first couple times, and after that, like, dude, they were just all tangled all the time. So, but pretty cool gimmick, attach something. But like even today,
Yeah.
like a lot of toy collectors, that don't collect as much stuff or want to become as knowledgeable about a lot of the stuff, they probably don't remember Sky Commanders. So Air Raiders, another gimmick, with the air. I had several of those. That was actually made by Hasbro. And I sold that vintage collection as well. But it's not something that's big. It's not. I don't think it's coming back ever.
There's no
and those
media,
And then Starcom is the last one where they even had a cartoon there for a bit. And I did a real big breakdown on one of my reviews of some of the Starcom stuff on how it was actually targeted to try to get kids interested into NASA and stuff like that. Space exploration. That was the original pitch. And that was made by Coleco. You had magnets and all this other stuff and winding features. And the stuff looked really good. But that's another line that it ain't coming back. And a lot of people have already forgot about it. 20 years from now, you're not going to see someone like digging through like a storage building or something and be like, oh, Starcom, I remember this from the 80s, and we're talking about, it being like 2040, when they're finding this, they're not going to know what it is. They would have to do some serious research to know what they were looking at. So
yeah, mine would be a Brave Star. I think Brave Star's done, and it ain't coming back. The other one would be
Brave Star could. Well, this is what I'll say. 2021 is not a bad time for Brave Star. Just thinking about what it was when it was.
Well, I'm thinking 20 years from now. I don't think it's coming back. The other one would be, like you mentioned, Mask. If Hasbro does nothing with Mask, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be long forgotten. GoBots, I think, is pretty much done. Yeah, Visionaries too. But GoBots, I think, is done. But that's probably because of legal issues as well. There's one that flew out of my head. Unfortunately, it was a really good one. But getting back to what you were saying, Dakota, I things happen in cycles. It may be moving to digital right now, but 20 years from now, it's like records. Records have made a huge comeback. I think that physical toys might make a comeback down the road, big time for kids.
We think plastic's going to go down?
No.
I think the toys will change. They might be smaller, simplified, cheaper to produce. But I think there's some form or another will still be around.
Maybe. I mean, like they're doing the Marvel retro collection right now, and they're doing the Star Wars retro collection, things like that. But like you're talking about two very large, very popular brands. They are probably not going to take that gamble on something like Transformers, where if they go back to essentially like G1 engineering, it's like, well, I think you're going to lose any potential future interest. Not just from the adult side, but even from the kid side.
It might be the opposite. They might want something simple. You know,
Maybe.
I've seen some posts on Twitter, things like that, on some message boards where people don't want to spend half the afternoon transforming a figure. They just want something that they can switch out real easy. Like this guy right here, these legends are very popular because they're really, I mean, they're not as simple as G1, but they don't take that long to turn from one to another.
Yeah, and to be fair,
yeah.
the whole War for Cybertron line, the trilogy line, like all of those are incredibly easy to manipulate and transform. So
Without media, none of this stuff's going to last. You gotta
Yep.
gotta be cranking out some form of good media alongside a toy. I
Yep.
think even Lego got scared at one point. And look, Lego is, I mean, that's always been popular. It's usually number one every year. Even they got scared. Now there's Lego movies and Lego games. You know, I mean, they've positioned themselves extremely well.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
Got a
was
television show.
gonna say
mean,
this
it's,
goes
you know.
to the the kids playing media and video games and stuff like that more than they're actually like, hey, it's hey, let's get online. They don't even meet at the same house anymore like we used to. It's let's get online and play, and I'll see you at this time or whatever, and I'll send you an invite. To where instead of like, hey, do you want to come over and play with, my Castle Grayskull Origins, and my He-Man Skeletor? So they're not doing that as much anymore. The only figures that I see that are getting bought up a lot by people that are not adult collectors, but even adult collectors are picking them up, are those Fortnite figures, and that is based on video game. So I think that they'll start looking for what's hot with the video game that all the kids are playing, and then we'll make figures of that, and we'll make it catered kind of to them, because they've tried it before with Overwatch, but it's more of older and kind of Borderlands, like where Fortnite is like, it's a free game and they come in as a cartoony look, so
Halo's been on and off, yeah.
So I think that video
I think
games
the
will
new,
pile
like
on in.
the Wicked Cool Toys have been doing pretty good for Halo, like, and they came out swinging with 6-inch and 3 3/4 inch, and like people that play the Halo games, like they've just been buying both scales just up. Like I'll go into Walmart and it's like it'll be there, and then a few days later it's gone, and then they do a big restock. So I think video games will probably traditionally, like, for a while, video game toys like weren't the move to make for toy companies, but I think now, like, it's more, you have these people with these elaborate $6,000 PC setups, and it's like, what's some cool thing I can stick in this computer tower like case, like the glass cases and stuff that you can stick figures in there, and they'll go buy some figures and put them in there, or put them by their monitors or whatever. Like that's kind of the like Rick was saying earlier, more or less for like work, but for home too. Like what's some like tasteful desk clutter, and I think that's where video game toys are shining and doing.
What you got, Mike?
Gumby. You want to remember Gumby?
Yep.
It'll be long and dead in 20 years.
It's dead now.
Yeah.
I remember it, so it's not dead yet. There's
Gumby.
Thundercats, Silverhawks, and I have to agree with Rick on G.I. Joe.
Yeah, unfortunately with G.I. Joe.
They got to figure that out. That's one with that one upsets me a lot. That one is tough, but they've got to figure that out. That's
I feel like they're overthinking it.
With Thundercats and Silverhawks, there really hasn't, especially Silverhawks, there really hasn't been nothing too great in the last 10 years on those, except for that crappy cartoon series. And so another 20 years from now, I mean, it'll be, in an encyclopedia or something. I mean,
a footnote,
no one's going to remember it except for, maybe Dakota, because he's the youngest. In 20 years, I'm sure the rest of us probably dead. Rick will be 70 in a nursing home.
Jesus.
Eric will put your ass in a nursing home, buddy.
I hope not.
Oh, but
he'll need a wing of that nursing home for all his collection. Yeah.
She ain't changing your diapers. She's shipping you off.
Josh, X will be like Stan in the in the South Park special, just coming to visit Rick. Kick him in the ball, son.
We've got one on the loose.
Get his keys, stupid.
That was actually
right.
entertaining.
We've got some more topics, but we can save those for another time because we're almost an hour here. We haven't even looked at this collection spotlight. So
Yeah, it's 28 slots.
all right, so
300th episode.
solo layout, and you can screen share. We're all focused on you now.
That fancy shirt of yours.
He looks like Sam.
I was like, if it was like an orange jumpsuit, we could really have some fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What else?
Did you get my list, Mike?
It's like the more complicated the machine gets, the further back Mike's head tilts.
That's I'm coming reading my bifocals. All right, y'all see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this here is probably, I think, really the last G1 stuff I have of my collection, and the only reason I've kept all the book style, the Power Master, the Ultra Magnus, the Hot Rod, and the Optimus Prime was, and the Seekers were really the last big present my mother bought me before she passed away. So she died 7 years ago, so she probably bought them 9 years ago for me. So I've had those since then. I picked up, like the Galvatron and the 3-pack Seekers at the top, and the twin cast and Sound Blaster. But so just kept on hanging on to those forever now. Oh shit! Hold on. All right, monkeys. I got lots of monkeys. I don't discriminate against my monkeys. I got a blue monkey, got a pink monkey, got a red monkey, got a brown monkey, even got a black monkey because I'm not racist. But there's a lot of monkeys in this picture.
Wow.
So yeah. Oh my God, why is it doing this?
Because the monkeys.
Just don't pull up any porn or anything like that.
No.
You
done
do that
turned
after
over
the show.
wheel. Then you go get what you could get now.
Yeah.
So this is the Siege. I kind of
Wow.
displayed mine like Cybertronian ones versus Earth and Kingdom and all that. So there's that. You'll see multiple shelves with almost similar stuff. There we go. 86 stuff.
Nice.
I got my Mirage with my 3D custom printed piece from Dakota. Thank you, Dakota.
No problem, man.
And then I got the Galvatron in the back that has the upgrade chain and G1 gun. I got from Non-F.
Nice.
These are pretty much the only Beast War, or actually the only masterpiece I have. I don't know why I have Ectotron there. I just do.
Because he's clearly a masterpiece.
It really is.
Oh yeah.
It
There we go.
really is almost. So,
We'll just go with that. Yeah.
so I have
him and Transmutate would make a good buddy cop movie.
yeah. So this here I have the Transart Ravage, Transmetal Primal, Transmetal Cheetor, and then Strange Friend as well. This here is the Autobots from Siege with the background from the Netflix pieces. So that's pretty much.
Nice.
Artfire, that's new. I picked that up at surprisingly, our local GameStop had that in stock.
Isn't it crazy how GameStop's getting that stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They had it first. And that's where I went and got it.
Man, bail them out with Wall Street bets, and look what they do.
That's what I was going to
Change
say.
their whole
Speaking of
team.
not knowing who they are in 20 years, GameStop, folks.
Yeah.
So these are just some oddball ones around. The Sandstorm, the Ramjet, the multiple Megatrons. Sadly, I have every single Megatron they put out.
That's unfortunate.
One.
I need to get that Black Rirochi, whatever his name is. I need to get him for my Black Zarek.
Yeah.
That'll be
You got
here
Black Zarek?
next month. Yeah, I pre-ordered one.
Then I got my Dead Seekers, Cars, and Prime. And then this little custom here, there was, how many was this? 6 or 7 of these made?
I can't remember. I know it was like less than 10.
It was 6 or 7, I thought. I could be wrong, I guess, but that's a Unit 3 done out of Legends Optimus Prime from the Collectors Club. And that one there ended up, you honestly can't, knowing that it is a custom, but once you look at it, you could not tell.
Oh, and holding it?
Yeah, you can't tell.
The finish is so clean. It's so clean.
You can't tell a difference.
That's a Sean Tessman job.
Yeah, it looks literally like you bought it off the shelf. It's that good.
Yeah, he's something else, dude. He is fantastic.
Bought Con 15 and Scorponux from 14 in the back.
14.
Wow.
So the Galvatron, which has the non-F upgrade kit, I'm glad that it came with the option to put the stickers on it or not, because I felt like it looked better without the stickers.
The stickers are trash anyway.
There are some
those in
interesting stickers. There's some interesting stickers on there. I think one was Unicron's floating head, which I thought was interesting, but I just did not. I did not feel that. I thought it looked better without the stickers, and so I didn't go with stickers on mine. Let's see. Oh, I got another Ectotron, and then I got the Target one from for the Afterlife one.
Nice.
Sure, up the masterpiece show.
Well, and I got 3 of the Ectotrons, so. So the doubles you see in here are pre-production pieces. The Pterosaur to the right has the, to my understanding, it was the only 3D printed head that was made from the club.
Yeah, it's the hard copy for the head.
Yeah, my understanding was it was the only copy made of it that I have of that.
Yeah, it should be. So like the underside is drilled out for it.
Yes, it was.
That's what they would have sent off for like, or maybe they would have sent the file off for tooling. But yeah, that was to make sure everything had like a good fit and finish.
Yeah. And then there's a couple of boxes there from Robocon. One is just a kind of like a clearish looking one, where the other one's a glow in the dark. That
I need one of those Vox things. Somebody send me one of those.
That glow in the dark one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy, the glow on that is like crazy.
Yeah, somebody
Really
hook
crazy.
me up with a glow in the dark box thing. I need that.
I'll see what I can do.
And
It looked
then,
good next to my Tiger Hawk.
And then, as you can see, the Tarantulas there, the blue one from BotCon 16, that's the pre-production one. That was like the biggest difference in all of them. And there, to my understanding, I think this, if I'm right, there was only 12 of those made in the wrong color. Was what I was told on that one as well. So,
See, it was my understanding that they were only like 3 or 4.
oh, really? Okay, well.
Yeah, I never like. Maybe after the buyout happened, they found some because they got all
More
that
stuff. Yeah.
stuff from the old office, but yeah, the way I understand it is like there were not a whole lot of just the pre-production samples in general. Like
Right.
some of them, there were like a dozen, and then some of the crazier ones like that one, I want to say like very, very few.
Yeah, that one there, that's like one of my holy. I call it a holy grail. I know we're gonna have disagreement on that one, but that's one of the ones that I cherish. That really, really, I was happy the day I got that in the mail.
Oh, Mike, don't forget, like you can pick up and be like, yeah, just whatever you picked up this week. Yeah, I got a Holy Grail today. You know,
Grail of the week. Yeah.
yeah, Grail of the week.
So the new incarnation of Shattered Glass, and then of course I've put in a couple or put 3 different ones for my own Shattered Glass. Sideswipe, Ironhide and Mirage and Sunstreaker. So the 08 Megatron is literally the only thing I'm keeping from 08. I've sold everything else except for like 2 or 3 pieces from 08 and 012 or 12. Beast Wars. I don't know why I needed 3 of the Nimbus Primals, but I got 3 of them. The deals were so good on them from everybody. I just kept buying. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take that too. What? Sure, I'll take a 3rd one. Why not? I think that's the most mold I have. I think I have like 5 of that mold total, 5 or 6.
I thought I was crazy.
And then there's
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, Dakota's thinking that's crazy. So look at yourself, son.
That's something. Yeah.
So
It says a lot right there. Yeah.
The 2 Pretender shells in the back, those were Robocon Customs. Both of mine, I did not do per se. They were both done by Sean Tessman. And again, on those, you couldn't tell a difference between production or a custom, that they're that done that good and that clean. And those are in that, they're set to mimic Gears and Swerve, which are both in the show.
That was a fun year. Those were just fun customs that year.
Yeah, I heard they took forever to do though.
They did. Matter of fact, I did swoop. I did swoop the first day, and then like whenever I got the Gears and Swerve, I was like, I'll just do these at home. Like
BotCon 2016, the Waspinator, that is actually a pre-production piece. If you look at him straight, the left arm is the right forearm, and he does not have a landing gear, and he did not. And the underneath the wings is green, where the production one was blue. And then the Megatron in the back, I was told, was a pre-production sample, but the only difference on that was the opening of where the head folds up into was a different size, was my understanding.
Yeah, they had to go in and cut those, I believe. Like they had to,
yes.
If I'm not mistaken, they had to like individually like cut those so the head would fit without getting messed up.
2006, man. That. I think Shattered Glass used to be my favorite year, like 2008. I think 2006 is probably my favorite now. Just looking back at all of the toys, just the toys.
Yeah.
I think that set is just fire, man. I love that set.
2010.
That set is also like the Bank Buster.
Which one's 06? Oh yeah.
6 is just a good looking set though.
2010, my first BotCon. I still have all of it in, but
you could buy a 2-year-old car off of 06 set.
It
was gorgeous, man. Like just the color palette on it, which I mean, it was G2, so it was gonna be, but man.
Okay, Titan Scorponok with the upgrade kit. I did not go with the leg extenders. Didn't feel like I needed it. I feel like the 2 sets that were already out prior to that were really good. Let's see, you got the double Pretender Shell Megatron in the bottom left, and then some. Remember that time we talked about the last night Megatron? How we thought that was like the best they did, where it was looking amazing, and that's like the only two figures I have from that movie, or the Voyager and the Leader class Megatrons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to tackle that in Studio Series. That design.
San Diego Fort Max, Omega. Let's see, the Jetfire, and then pretty much all the Earthwise kind of figures from Siege in this picture here. All right, so that's about everyone. Decepticons of Cabana Wars, Devastator, Power of the Primes, and was that Power of the Primes? Predaking? Was he Power of the Primes?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was.
That
Power of
sounds right.
Primes.
I think so.
Be cool if they redid him for Legacy.
I don't think I'd buy it. I think that one there, besides the waist being thin, I think it's a solid piece.
Yeah,
I like him too.
Dual robot modes. Like as a combiner, he looks great, and if I do get one, it would always be combined. But I don't know. I like knowing that, the individual modes wouldn't be looking terrible either.
This Fort Max, I believe, is the missing the.
That's the Takara.
I believe that was. I think that's the one I got off Matt Baldwin. Because I sold my other two I had. I had all of them at one time. I sold all
You
the
sold-
Transformers.
You sold your SDCC one to me because I originally wanted the Takara.
Okay.
And you were like,
Okay,
"Hey,
so
how about
that
this
is the
SDCC one?"
Yep. So it was,
Yeah,
I
I
sold
was like, yeah, I
SDCC
guess.
and then I sold retail and then I kept that one because I liked the colors on it was better. And then I got the Arc, which I was actually really disappointed in that one. After getting
Me
it
too.
open,
I ended up
It's,
canceling my pre-order. Pulse took too long to ship, and I was like, not interested anymore.
It
Good move.
as far as ship mode,
Yeah.
you couldn't really keep everything pegged together.
I agree. I
That
tried
was very
so many
that was
times.
very 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 disappointing.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be
um,
honest. I mostly wanted it because of the golden discs that would interact with like
Yeah.
mainframe and stuff like that. But I
Yeah,
just
I like
ordered
that part
those
of
like
it. That
metal
part of it.
coins.
Yep, I agree. That's the best part about it, honestly. Which is
and
kind of sad.
then Jetfire, and that is it.
There we go. Nice.
I was really happy to get
Very
that
cool.
Jetfire when
Yeah.
it came out because me and Dakota talked about it. I ended up paying the early tax on that thing because I just
And you
didn't
got
wanna
loose screws
wait.
out of it. What'd you learn?
Yeah. Probably got loose screws from Hasbro Pulse too. It didn't really matter. I think, but I mean, I
I don't know.
tightened
They
it
haven't
up,
shipped yet.
and they're fine. It's just there were a couple of things I wasn't aware of. That's why I had to get the other one out, thinking that certain things weren't right. I thought like they were supposed to all, click, and they weren't. So, but,
All right.
go ahead.
Is it screen sharing?
Sure
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get
Yep.
this kicked off. Inham, look at Blaster.
Finally.
Yeah, that was if anyone hasn't heard, that was found in Virginia already at a Walmart.
Yeah, they
So
they
Rick-
said there were not going to
Rick,
be
you need
like
to get out
any
there.
pre-orders.
Nobody told me. I would have checked.
I
I
just
would've
saw it
checked.
today. I saw it today. So
Yeah, they said that like
Blaster.
Blaster was going to go up with like no pre-orders, no warning or anything, and like they weren't lying. But I'm sure like Big Bad Entertainment Earth and the rest are probably going to follow suit pretty soon and put them up. It's that impromptu like Kingdom Wave 5 stuff.
Yeah, so I'm looking. I think that's one of the only things from Kingdom I'm waiting on left. These are old. These are already out. Stores
Yeah, these have been
been
out for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Pipes has not.
Yeah. Okay.
ahead.
So the
Sorry.
pipes.
Yeah, Pipes
Yeah,
has
Pipes
not.
is not out.
like
Yeah.
I thought they were hitting like this week with that Blaster. I'm almost positive that Pipes and Slammer have been hitting this week as well.
I have not seen or read anything on that yet, but I know for sure I read on Blast.
They hit it BBTS. They're my
Yes.
follow.
Yeah.
That's right. BBTS was getting as far as like retail. They haven't been shown in retail yet. And the only one I want out of that is Slammer to go with Metroplex.
Dude, BBTS charged me for like 26 things this past week.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like a mortgage. It was BBTS hit us hard, man.
Yeah.
Their boat came in and like they got everything.
They had 2 boats come in, I think. Yeah.
Is that this is what, Studio Series?
Yeah, Studio Series
Yeah.
Bumblebee movie Ravage. He's hung.
Oh god, dude, that looks
Hung
terrible.
Ravage.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was. I thought they were trying to
You
do
know what that is.
Slugfest. I thought they were trying to do Slugfest because he looked like a
Yeah, that
lizard
doesn't.
face.
That face is not what? I don't even what. I hadn't seen this. That's rough.
That's terrible.
Yeah, dude.
This is what's even worse. They made him a Legends figure.
Yeah.
Mm.
That just,
I think they're doing it for like the playability with like future Titan class stuff. I mean, because the Voyager Shockwave. Oh wait, no, this is from the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll make a Voyager. I'm almost positive they'll make a Voyager.
I
You
hope
promise?
so.
You promise?
I feel like maybe this is something to like. He'll probably interact as like a weapon or something. Now, is this a deluxe or is this a small as well?
deluxe.
The deluxe.
Do you know what
Big
size
one.
class is?
Yeah.
God,
Okay.
look at these. Look
But
at
it's a
those
small
pegs.
deluxe.
I'm
Oh,
so
yeah,
sick
the
of the
pegs.
pegs.
Yeah.
They, you know,
At least
I'm
they painted the
glad-
rims. You can only have one.
nope, we gotta have both.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing any of this the movie stuff anymore. I picked up like one thing and that's it.
This
Me
is
neither.
like these are the things we should have gotten in Siege. These are the designs that Siege should have been.
Yeah, I agree totally.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know, like all of this stuff screams not an Earth vehicle, and all the
Yeah.
Siege
You know-
stuff screams an Earth vehicle in 20 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
you look at this. Go back to his legs. Go back to his legs. Go back 2 slides. Look at that. No gaps. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it can be done. You know,
I
You
would
do
love to
everything
have this as an exhaust. If they repaint this as exhaust, I'm bought.
This stuff fits in really well with the old video game stuff from the 360 that we were playing. That all of us were probably playing.
Yeah,
nope,
dude.
I still
Look,
got it.
the-
no
High, is
pegs.
it High Moon
Those.
Studio?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
no
I got the
pegs.
hard disk.
I was talking with Jesse, and like all of this stuff like gives me very hard like Transtech vibes. Like it was mostly like referring to the RC that they showed, which we may or may not get to here soon.
We'll see.
But like this all looks like some stuff that could have been
Mm.
from Transtech.
It
Like,
also-
it just has like a
It's
Transtech
some of the
feel to it.
vehicles. Doesn't this feel like stuff that could have been in More Than Meets the Eye at some point? If you had never seen their vehicle
Yeah.
modes and More Than Meets the Eye was the first thing you ever looked at, I look at some of the stuff from their like Getaway.
Yeah.
Just some of the
Yeah.
robots and some of the things you saw. I could see that mixing well with those.
So here's the
Yeah, so like
The big
yeah, it is.
disappointment.
It's very evocative of like Milne.
Yes.
I don't hate it. I mean, what was it going to turn into? A boombox on Cybertron? Of course it wasn't. The robot mode looks solid.
Yeah, I'll give them that. The raw mode looks great. That vehicle mode is some hardcore trash.
Yeah.
It
hard to
looks
look
better
at.
than the Siege one. Like tell me
Well, now,
the Siege
what is
vehicle
that
mode looks
supposed to
better.
be? What is
Tell
that
me the
supposed to
Siege
be?
vehicle mode looks better. Tell me the Siege vehicle mode looks better.
They
Yeah.
both suck.
Yes, it does. This one
You're
here
a fat
looks like-
liar. You are I do not have relations. You're a fat liar.
he got ran over by a steamboat. I mean, look at that.
And
Yeah.
you're lying. You're lying.
He
You're
is-
better than
He
Siege.
is
He's
flaring
roadkill.
my 8th grade girlfriend.
He's roadkill. Yeah.
Hey,
Dakota
Monica,
over
it's
here
me,
comparing
Mike.
sound
No,
waves
no.
like now what would you rather have, stabbed or shot? Like they're both bad. They're both bad, Dakota.
That is possibly the worst vehicle mode we've gotten.
It looks like a crab almost.
It
Wait,
does.
you
does,
both
yeah.
are
Like,
out
if
of
you
your
were to-
mind.
if you were
the
to lie
Siege
to
sound
me-
wave. It was
Okay,
a
I can see the
lamppost,
track
Rick.
Yeah. If you were to lie to me and tell me that that's Creature of the Week from that RID cartoon we had a few years ago, I'd say yes. I remember the lobster. I
Pretty
remember
much,
that
yeah.
guy.
You see the
Dude,
little teeth there in the middle?
I love it whenever like if Soundwave gets in a battle and like oh crap, like one of the Autobots like turned into like a tank or something. I'm trying to something real dangerous, and then Soundwave's like, "Oh, I got you beat," and it's just and just I'm gonna illuminate this area over here.
I'm gonna lay
Like
flat on my back and fold my feet up into my
Yeah.
hands.
I'm just gonna look
Like,
like a
I
piece
get
of
it.
the road.
It's not
If
great,
they
but it's still
if
better
they
than
ever
Siege
did it,
Soundwave. It is
It's
if it were ever in
leaps and
media,
bounds.
like if he actually transformed in a cartoon into this form and the Autobots were heckling him talking about it, I think that would be amazing.
They're
Like
heckling him.
like
it's
if the
yoga
Autobots were
Soundwave,
like
yeah.
bullying him
He's just
and
over
made
there
him feel
covering up
bad.
a pothole.
Yeah. Speed bump Soundwave.
Oh, this is hot garbage here.
Matty
Too.
Dennis says he loves that vehicle.
Okay, yeah, Mike, you need to take a lap, bro. So like this, I'm excited for this. Like I have
Oh,
the
of course
the
you
select
are.
Star Convoy, and the only thing that he was missing was a little legend scale Rodimus to go with him. And so like now I'll have a good small Rodimus to go with my my select Star Convoy. Like because this the only other option I had prior to this was the old Legends class one from Classics, which is pretty dated, and the Combiner Wars one, which pretty sucks.
No, that one's actually better than that
real
one.
quick. There's no pegs on the concept
Yeah.
art. No pegs.
Right.
No pegs.
I almost
So
feel
why-
like I look at
This should've
Braun,
been
Dakota. Look at
Whoa,
when you
whoa,
look at
Siege.
when you look at the vehicle mode
Yeah,
on Braun.
Be a
looks
car.
like
I
Milne.
feel like they
Yeah.
owe Make Toys money. I look at that Braun and I'm like, is that a TFCon exclusive?
Yeah, he looks
So,
good.
yeah,
Like these
so-
designs look great. These should have been
Yeah.
Siege. These absolutely
So-
should have been the
Is
Siege
this supposed
toys.
to be like a floating car?
Well, then it's obviously mistransformed in the toy.
Well, they never mistransform stuff on these promo shots.
I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, come on. They always get it right.
Get to RC. Okay, cool, nice.
I see.
Trash, 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 trash.
Yeah.
mhm.
So which one is she actually going to be?
This should have been Legacy Prime RC. Like they should have just repainted this into Legacy Prime RC.
That would have been cool.
But like look at the hollowed out wheels. Like that look, like that's such a trans tech look, man. Like this looks so cool.
And then you could paint it like Tron and do your repaint.
You know,
I
someone
mean,
will.
They basically said like, all right, we heard you, no pegs. So just hollow.
Hollow. Yeah.
Just tire.
Well, it's cool. Like I've always loved that design. Again, trans tech. They can do it, so they should. Come on, let's see it. But like this looks good. This is really a good looking RC for $20.
Yeah,
No.
Probably
I like a
25.
lot of these.
That old
designs.
Thrilling 30 one is hard to beat, but I mean, as far as
That's
like
the
a newer
best.
RC,
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
Kingdom
Yeah.
one just sucked. But Thrilling 30, like that was on the money for your mainline deluxe. But when did that come out? 2014, 2015?
Around there, yeah.
All right. Here you go.
Oh no.
This is just as bad as the Bumblebee one.
This
It's
is a
worse.
color test shot here.
It is. It's like, who thought it was a good idea?
They haven't
to
even
have that-
announced
that-
this
that-
thing. It's so crazy.
Still awful.
It's
looking.
wild that like this level of leak has happened.
That spoiler on his chest just kills it.
Who it's who has
it's Mr.
possession
Informant.
of test shot B4? And we'll get to the bottom of who's doing
Yeah.
Oh, they lost a hand over this. They lost a hand over this for sure.
It's still not even transformed right.
Hasbro come out and act like it's a big kept secret, and when they announce it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we didn't see it. We've already decided we're not buying it." T2.
I'm just surprised that they were able to do
T2
it.
1
Like I
2
remember
3.
Yeah.
that employee, like they took him out back and fired him, so to speak.
Yeah,
But
these just
anyways, like I'm surprised, man, like that they were able to make this, because like I think for the longest time everyone was like, no, they can't make a cliff jumper because it's a
Yeah.
super deformed Porsche or whatever, and Porsche isn't
Yeah,
gonna
penny
yada yada
racer.
yada. Yeah, so it's awesome that they're able to do it finally, officially. And in my opinion, I think this still looks better than the third party out there.
yeah, I remember seeing this here though.
Boo.
So, I'm
So
kinda
far,
curious.
this is the only reissue I'm gonna get, because it's different plastic colors. It's more show accurate
Yeah,
plastic colors.
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I
think
skipped
this
the
one
other
I might
four.
get.
They were just too
I
close.
haven't gotten any of them. I'll probably get this one.
Dude, like nobody is a Beast War fan in like my area, because that stuff is just clogging up.
Yeah, there's a lot of it right now.
Dude, they make, like, it was the same issue with the G1 reissues. They made so many of them. I think that like
Yeah,
the production numbers on all the reissue stuff, G1 and Beast Wars, is probably like 50
And the-
grand.
Yeah.
Their prices are the same as you can go get a really nice original vintage G1.
Yeah.
Like all those Astro trains.
I mean, it's the same with some of this Beast Wars stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
I figured
you
that.
probably are gonna do better on this Tigatron, because like it is like this. These are the Takara colors of the
And it's
original
white.
Takara vintage.
White.
Right. This one I
Right.
want to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get like the Takara colors on it for $20, which is like
Mhm.
a fourth of what it costs getting the old Takara white Tigatron. So
This is
Yeah,
the one
because
I
I
have.
think
Yeah.
this would be
I've got
another
this
solid
one.
move.
Is it mistransformed?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Nope. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That
Is
Slightly.
head. Will
I
go
mean,
up a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
more.
I mean, it could be that's transformed perfectly, and because I always think that these things look like crap, whenever they're put together. So it looks like his chest.
No, that
would
hinge will
move
go
or
up a little
something.
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
it will. That hinge will move up.
Real quick, Flame Toys. Just basically got this little announcement. Starscream coming for them.
Gundam
transform.
Starscream.
No transform?
No transform. No,
transform.
thank you.
Yeah, that's right. No, thank you.
Is anyone interested in these Super 7s?
I
Ultimate?
was.
I think the
but I
Tarn
didn't
is
know.
cool.
Yeah, I pre-ordered the Tarn. I'm surprised that they're doing the More Than Meets the Eye stuff. So I'm getting Tarn.
Yeah. Now, like, I find it ironic that the only official toys for Tarn don't transform, considering he had an addiction to transforming.
It's pretty ironic.
Yeah, it's sad. Like that does give me hope. Like, I know they're probably never going to do Voss or Kaon or even Helix or Tesserus, but I feel like Tarn is one that is at least doable in a main line, because he's just a big tank with a Decepticon badge over his face. I would be surprised if we don't see some kind of official Tarn toy that transforms in the
Well,
future.
Maybe Fun Pub will do it for you.
They're retired.
I will say one thing that is exciting is you don't know what to expect from what's next. Like, you don't know what that next wave. I don't think anyone would have predicted that that was a wave that you would get through that line. So you don't really know what's coming next. You don't know what property, what part of Transformers they're going to touch. So that's kind of exciting.
Here's your TFCon exclusive thing.
Is this already come out?
No, it's
dude, there's no telling. I think they've made a
it's
yellow one.
TFCon
I think they've made
December 10th through 12th in Toronto. So there you go.
Exciting stuff.
Wow.
KFC.
More exciting stuff.
I know. Anytime I see like KFC,
Yeah.
Dude, the president from Independence Day pops up and says, "I will not go quietly into the night."
They've
Well,
at
that's what
least
they gotta
like
fight.
improved their quality. I'll say that. Like their quality isn't as bad as it was when they came out the gate. But I don't know,
I
dude.
remember.
I feel like
It's pretty
MP44
ambitious.
was like perfection. Oh, this is
I
meant to
just
be
remember
Power Master Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Ultra Magnus that KFC had done fell on the floor one day for me, and the entire like front of the little white part that's kind of like his crotch piece, I guess, or belt. I don't know. It hit the floor and it scraped paint all the way off of it. And then the next day I threw it in the trash. I'm like, this is just hot garbage, as Mike would say.
Maddie the dentist said, "Dakota, you are boring."
Ooh.
Yeah. So
That's okay.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
At least I'm not a dentist.
he also said this thing's been in the works for like 3 years. Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
so the
not
quality will still probably
nearly
be-
as long as like. Can you imagine if you were still waiting around for those Fans Project headmasters to like finish up that
Yeah.
set? Dude, I cut leash with that one. I was like, no, these things are slow coming out. I'm like, I'm gonna get all the Takara ones, before they finish these, and I did.
Old.
This
I
does
don't
look
like the
cleaner
way-
than the MMC one.
I don't like the way it looks though.
I don't. I think it looks flat. It looks like what's that? Paper Mario. It looks like he just ran through the Paper Mario machine.
Paper
Those
Mario.
last few pictures just look kind of flat to me. I don't know. When I think about that figure, he's just chunkier, or he has more dimension to him. I don't like it.
Oh yeah, I know it wasn't Maddie, but I wanted to make it though. I know it wasn't really a shot at Dakota, but I wanted to make it.
Man, I was really about to like before you read that off. I was about to be like, "Yo, Josh said, Maddie, Josh, Josh, Maddie said you were boring." But can't do words properly. Apparently,
Words are hard.
I say.
making a sentence. It's
Oh,
well,
yo,
Southern
I'm
gentleman
not.
lies
I'm not gonna bring it up, but you saw the tweet with the quote tweet of someone speaking the other day, right? The sweet, like Jesus, like
It's bad, bro. It's so bad. There needs to be an age limit. You know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like,
be an age limit.
Among other
like,
things. Yeah.
It's like a non-English person, like I said, like took an English
Bro, Porky
class
Pig
for
wrote that
1
speech.
week, and then was like, "Hey, we need you to stand up in front of the class and like try to complete a few sentences." Like it's not gonna happen.
Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling
do y'all
you, Porky
think
Pig
about
wrote that
this?
speech. That speech was written by like a really excited 7-year-old.
It's
What do you? Oh, is this the third-party train bots?
Is it Foghorn Leghorn
Yeah,
and Porky
yeah.
Pig?
I
and
say ya.
Mhm.
It got together to write the speech.
And Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Yeah.
Boomhauer. Dang, I'll tell you what, man. Toot toot.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm on 67 Camaro.
This don't look too bad. They look cleaner than the Takara one.
They are
I
cleaner than
think.
the Takara one. They're bigger than the Takara ones.
Hey, size doesn't matter, sport.
It does.
Listen,
That's
so
not what
I
you
think the
said.
Takara one is going to be pretty good.
The Duke, what's up, man? X Transpots here.
Oh, some
Sport,
more
you getting-
KFC. Gotcha.
Maybe.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
Who's this
Good
supposed to be?
question. That's a good question.
It's
Oh, Ironhide. Okay.
No, it's
No,
Ratchet?
that's their
Ironhide.
Protectobots.
Yeah, the Protectobot guy.
First
Can't remember
aid,
the name.
first aid.
First aid. Thank
Okay.
you. I think MMC is going to do a better job than these guys.
I don't understand what that other thing was. It was like a chair. So what is that supposed to?
Like
Where
a
does that go?
repair bay thing,
Okay.
which is
He's an
useless.
ambulance after all.
Amber lamps. Yeah.
Little mock-up. There you go.
Yeah.
And also X-Transbot, Masterpiece scale. Is this the one that comes with like
Fun and
20
games.
faces? I forget. There's what? Who is it that's coming out with the one that comes with like way too many faces? Like you didn't need that many. You know what I'm talking about, Rick? Because we both commented
I've seen
on
it. I can't remember who it is. Yeah, it's almost like an expressions pack.
Here it
like
is. It's this one.
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez. They're going all out on that.
They said no reissues.
It may have been cheaper just to like give him animatronics in his face. Come out with all these like faces here. Oh, and I'm selling the rest of my
That looks good,
Masterpiece collection too at Mike's Con. We'll have a big sale.
I wonder if Takara will ever reissue that Star Saber.
Nope.
I don't know.
forgot
Do
all
you need
about
one? I
it.
have two.
You better buy mine at Mike's Con.
I'll give you $100 for it. Oh, unfortunate. I'll just make do with my HasLab one then.
Oh, we already looked at those. Okay.
Yeah.
Just Iron Factory. We got here. It's an interesting thing.
Is that a retool of their Lao Convoy?
Is it though?
What is this?
I'm not sure what that is.
'Cause look at the. I mean, it's got wings. It's got horns and a weird looking tail.
Yeah, I mean their Lao Convoy was kind of strange too. That's why I wasn't too sure, but it looks like it's kind of shares some of that.
Got
Design.
quite a few add-ons. DNA.
Did anybody? Is this out? Does anybody like this? Anybody get this?
Thought Mike got
Not
Not
this.
me.
was
I
Why
thought he
didn't you-
said
Just in
that
case.
he did
He got something.
like non-NEF or something.
No,
like
his
that.
was Matrix Workshop, I think. His
Oh,
was
okay.
Matrix Workshop.
Also, you make them taller. And give them a bigger head and what different
I
hands.
had to do the shoulder fix on mine. Fortunately.
I mean, I like this upgrade kit. Looks pretty good.
DNA does some solid stuff.
Yeah, I like some of their other stuff. I might get that one, maybe.
How much work is going to do to make him taller, though?
Probably not a
Maybe.
whole lot. It looks. I mean, they make their stuff
Yeah.
to
It
where
looks
it's like
pretty good though. Like the little change did make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you
Look
go.
at that. It
Side
does
by
make a
side.
difference.
You want them to be a little bit taller anyway.
Yeah, I think his proportions are better with the kit.
Yeah. They did a good job with the Magnus, too.
This is for
Yeah.
Dalton.
I'm Dakota, but
Oh well, I think
I don't
Dalton
know,
has
man.
this too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Who
Dude,
does
like
what?
me personally, I'm not gonna get this kit. I heard like the one that they made for King Poseidon wasn't super great, and I don't know. I just don't like the way this kit looks.
don't have mine no more.
I've got one for Abominus, but I'm also selling that set at MikeCon.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Like, if
Shockwave
people had a
Lab.
problem with one of them.
If you need leg, arm, and fillers and a gun for this little guy, then
Leg, arm, and everything fillers.
this is also Shockwave Lab. Check this out. You get his little drum to beat and a gun. And then some stuff for you Unicron boys. The way you can get a light.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I have this light
That's
thing,
kinda cool.
groove with the lighting that goes behind my TV. Like it's all, I just turn it on with an app from my phone and stuff like that, and I can change the colors and everything. So same
Nice.
technology probably. And then yeah, whatever this is, was this a door or something?
What
As
is
a
that?
shield that he used in one of the episodes. Funby Studios, I think they have a 3D print file that you can do the same thing. And since I'm the proud owner of a 3D printer, please hold your applause. I think I'd probably just like get one of those and print my own.
Legionardo says he got it today. The thing for the Seacons, he says, and it's trash. He
Oh,
says
it's a
it
shame.
doesn't improve
Oh,
anything,
that's
and even
unfortunate.
broke Nolator.
Oh,
Yikes.
Noddle. Oh no.
So
that sucks.
KFC,
Sorry. Yeah.
this is a masterpiece scale bed.
That's just what we needed. Yes.
So for anytime Optimus Prime
Isn't that
dies,
the
or
bed that Optimus died on? Yeah.
yeah, but after you move his body, then you got RC and Windblade, and look, there's even some stirrup stuff. So,
We're
He
going
turns
dark
into one of them
here.
fancy swings,
300.
huh?
Yeah.
yeah. Like Ratchet's all like, yeah, come in. I want to show you my toy room. Come in here.
Check out my place.
Yeah. So this thing is not doing too well.
Nope.
Sadly, yeah.
What's the numbers on it today? Anybody?
Give me a second.
What's
I'll
it
look
up
it up. Oh,
Yeah, let's get numbers for everything. To where they are like, hey, we'll give you this.
to?
We'll throw in
They're
this.
making deals for sure. Yeah.
so the striker is at 68%, 6,754 of 10,000, and they have 3 days, 3 hours, and 20 minutes.
Ain't
Oh boy. Cutting it close there.
It ain't gonna happen. If it
It ain't
does,
happening.
if it does, then the numbers are fudged. Period.
It'll
Yeah.
barely creep.
I don't think it
I
will.
feel like that one might creep.
I
don't
think it'll
the
barely creep over.
I don't think the Rancor is going to do it, but I do. I think the Sky Striker is going to make it.
Ranker, real quick, is at 59%, 5,337 of 9,000, 2
It ain't
days, 3
happening.
hours, 20 minutes. No,
That's not going to
that
happen.
last ditch effort, that is like, that just shows you how much crap they can actually give you already for that price.
Yep.
And they were holding out on you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, these bad boys look fantastic. I love that you're getting all this stuff with him too.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The colors are great too.
Dude, he was one of my favorites.
Mixed up with the Viper I never got.
Mike, you ready to get those Python Patrol target figures, right?
Yeah,
Get like a few cases.
a few cases.
That looks really good too.
Of the two of these, I do prefer the Bat. I think. I mean, they're both
too.
nice, but the Bat is perfect. I think he's perfect.
Seems like we get more Cobra than Joe's.
Well, they're
They're
like
cooler.
the most armyable, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
And they're cooler.
they are
I mean,
cooler. But I just
I-
have more Cobras than Joe's right now.
Nothing's
And
cooler
then-
than Snake Eyes.
Dude,
I don't know about that.
Shipwreck is the coolest. These don't look very good to me.
Well, these are just what?
I didn't think they looked good either. Like especially because there's been some really good Marvel Legends that I've seen lately. These
Well, these
don't-
are just
I mean,
3D renders,
I know
right?
they're renders. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just
okay.
renders.
Yeah, but they still
Yeah.
look bland to me.
Yeah, but we own enough Marvel Legends to know how close they're going to be. And
I have a question. Does anybody know how old that girl actually is in real life? She's played some really young parts. She's got to be
That'd
what,
be
30?
cool.
Mike,
something.
it's getting really weird, bro. It's getting really creepy.
Hey,
She
that's okay.
she gets them.
You
She
got to
gets a
start
lot of
asking
work
about
done.
age.
Hey, gets it in the right places.
Mike is like, where do I send those letters to? Yeah.
when can I start looking her up? All right. And then, I mean, hey, what if we gave you some bones and some dribble? No, that won't work.
Too little,
You
too
sure you
late.
don't like these bones? We'll give you
They're
a
like,
loop.
look how big it is compared to these other two HasLabs.
That was like the stupidest thing they could have done. And that is literally like a slap in the face by giving y'all a bunch of damn bones. That's
Hey.
just stupid.
Do you want one of the Gamorrean guards that you've already got and we've also reissued as well? Does that sound good?
How about a Luke?
How about a piece of cardboard? Would you like some paper
Yeah.
product?
I just passed by that. It's like, yes,
Rick,
what
it's
about
a really
this?
nice piece of cardboard.
Oh yeah, I know it's perfectly sized for your decal.
Aren't all these just strictly reissues of these figures?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
it.
The answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we just got to the point of that they are completely lazy and stupid that they
I've got
can't come
two
up
of
with
these
anything
already.
original.
Oh, the best thing is they know they made missteps. Nothing feels better than that. Look, I want nothing but awesome product. I'm excited to get my Razor Crest that they haven't sent me yet. And I love my sail barge, but they made from the beginning of this to now, look at the missteps they made. This was probably, I think this one was some of the worst missteps I've seen them do.
The biggest problem that they were doing, two things. One, too many projects at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, they're all ending right before
They
Christmas.
got
Total-
greedy.
Totally agree. And then in addition to that, everybody knows that instead of the Gamorrean guard and Luke, it should have been the Rancor Keeper from the get-go with the figure included, not an unlockable. And then Ula should have been the first tiered unlockable.
Well, hold on. They gave you
Yeah.
the key guard or whatever his name is. Now they're giving it to you, but I mean,
They're just throwing
Right.
it in the box. They're
Yeah,
not.
it's the
putting
last
it in
two
the card
chapters.
like-
because but as far as the experience and this deal that they're making as a crowdfund type thing, that should have been stuff that they led with. You know, they made some, like I said, missteps. If they were a car salesman, they completely screwed the pooch, you know.
Poor Pooch. Yeah.
These are coming to Black Series, so Mandalorian stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
How
Maddie,
come,
Maddie says cash grab sport.
It is a cash grab, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, not these, but the
Hey,
Rancor. Yeah.
I know that's we're talking about Mando Ahsoka. Can you tell me why she doesn't have like the cloak? It's featured prominently.
Rick.
Yeah, it
Ladies,
is kind of
Why-
strange. Like,
I know.
Let me
I know what they're gonna do.
let
I
me
know
tell
what they're
you, my apprentice. It's because they're gonna sell you the same
Oh, I
figure
understand.
again. but
Yep.
now with the cloak.
And it'll be a Target
I
exclusive.
pre-ordered the,
Yes, Target
I pre-ordered the
exclusive. That's
vintage
exactly
collection one.
right.
but like if they do like another vintage collection one with a cloak, that's going to be an easy pass.
And hey, can I add to that? With the cloak, you're gonna get the little loth cat thing that you saw from Rebels and that Mandalorian episode. In the little deluxe
Yeah.
pack that you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. What does a deluxe pack cost now? 30 or 30 something.
Yeah.
30 something
I
I
dollars.
picked up 5 of the Death Watch vintage collection Mandos.
Oh yeah.
Glad those
Maddie
pre-orders
says
were easy.
another cash grab. Maddie
It
is
is.
on this more than you are, sport.
I know. I'm not on my game today. Sorry.
Tamashi Nations, Luke Skywalker. Man, this face is not very good. At least he comes with a
Yeah, they're not super great at face sculpts,
Like,
but like action
that
figure and
face is
accessories,
terrible.
they knock it out.
Yeah, well, that face is bad.
Yeah, like
What
I
is
said,
Mark
they do
Hamill?
wonders. They do wonders in every department that isn't face sculpts. Well, for like realistic stuff, like they do
Yeah.
a solid job on like Iron Man's and anime characters.
Well, face sculpt is important though to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I agree.
Here's another gargoyle.
Ooh.
Of course, like they could have given us the mono for, but then they're
Yes.
they're like we're getting the repaint. We need the repaints.
I just don't. I don't like the way that feels, though. I mean, they've sold a million Predators and Aliens. They could have given us Demona before we went straight to Thaylog. I haven't even seen a pre-order for Demona yet.
Nope, me neither.
Too
Yeah.
bad
And
it's
we-
all
we
gonna
know-
crumble at 2
We
weeks
know
after
we've
you open it
seen
anyways.
a Hudson and a Bronx as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Demona. So there's 3 there, 3 that like everyone will pick up. Like me, I'm thinking like, hey, maybe I just pick up the main guys.
Yeah, man.
But
This
you
a
know,
we- this is we-
especially you being NECA, you think you want me to get your product in my hand, a couple of them in my hand, where I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna hold up.
Yeah, I agree. This isn't a company that just started like last year. This just feels bad. I don't like the way it feels.
Well, it's NECA, so
Yeah, you're right.
I put it on pre-order, but I think I'm gonna cancel my pre-order because I don't
need
really
it. It's
care
not one
for
that
it.
I have to have. Let's face, like, are we really going to go completist? I'm going to get, if they make
I'm
a
not.
bunch, like, I want like the pack and all kinds of stuff, but Thaylog wasn't in my top 100.
And then, dude, this has got to be one of the easiest turtle passes ever.
This
Like
is the
beer,
Netflix
Casey?
and chill version of them.
Dude,
Wow.
it's them at the farmhouse where, like, and her knees.
oh, this was
still.
that Skinamax Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I got you.
And like that's the no one wants that version of Casey Jones where he's just like sitting in a dirty wife beater working around on the farm.
Nobody wants the Showtime After Dark Casey Jones. That's wild.
Jeez, Dakota. Oh my god.
Like it's terrible.
Get in the back of my van.
Bro, and like the April O'Neil looks like she came
grabbed the
straight
ketchup.
out
I
the
just like
single
that he
wide on
grabbed the
lot
ketchup
E3.
before he got in the van.
Oh,
Everything
God.
tastes better with ketchup.
Oh.
Dakota look like a isn't that the uniform for lot lizards on the I-20?
Bro, that is like I said, that is lot E3 April O'Neil.
Wow. Okay.
Casey out back in the shed, he cooking. No, ain't ribs. No, ain't pork loin. He cooking, the Heisenberg stuff.
Oh, then they're coming out with these again, where it's like, dude, we've already got the RoboCop stuff, you know. So
I
there's a
will say,
damaged
NECA has
version.
no shame. No shame.
Yeah, so a damaged version that doesn't have the eject and the hip for the gun.
Right.
And so like I've already got these. And they're not even reissuing Ed 209. That's an expensive piece. Like I already got him. You know, like that's the one you would want. You'd want Ed 209 and just a RoboCop. It
Well,
doesn't
you
look
need
like
the
they
one
improved
where
on the mold at all either. You can see where his feet don't go flat, you know, like so there's no ankle rocker or anything like that. So they're just and so he's more expensive because he comes with his chair.
Wow.
Look at that face. Like, man, you gotta do Peter Weller a little bit better than that, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially if you're like, hey, yeah, you know, like Randy's always at the thing. Yeah, we got to see if we can get their likeness rights. Did you get his? I mean, does that look like him?
Slightly better than Transmutate.
Look at that face.
So
Slightly.
God, that is bad. And you know that the chair is just like some cheap plastic that as soon as you put them in it a few times, that it's gonna break in half.
Yeah.
And then there's this version, which will have the gun holster eject out of his side, is what they said. But other than the sniper rifle, like, you already got this, man. And these little things, dude, they always break. God, that face is bad. Anyways,
Well, it's not like he was mommy's handsome young man to begin with, but yeah.
Speaking of beautiful faces.
and then hazmat suit, Doc.
Great Scott.
Look at those arm pegs that are just destined to.
I
rip
was
and
looking
shear.
at this face and I was like, but she keeps going.
wow.
Who all pre-ordered? Oh, I did not get the
Mm-mm.
Mirror Lino. That's the only one I passed on.
I passed completely.
Yeah, I passed on him. I got the other three on
You
pre-order.
did get okay.
Oh, wait,
Sport,
no,
you
I-
passed on all of it?
No, I'm sorry. I did get the tiger one. What's his name?
Bengali.
Bengali. Thank you.
You don't want no Vulture, man. And this is the main pirate right here.
I don't
Hammerhead?
remember him for some reason. I just don't. I don't know why. I gotta pull my
What are these,
DVD
the
out.
Berserkers or something like that?
It's not coming out anytime soon. I got time.
Yeah. Like Mirror Lino, like, nah, man, I don't need that. I don't even remember.
I don't remember
Top of
that
my
one
head.
either. I don't know what episode that was.
Mum Ra, what made him?
But
Conjured him up.
Vulture, man, dude, I had the toy as a
Yeah.
kid, so I definitely want him, man.
Yeah, plus there's not that many like main like Mumra squad villains like the mutants. There's only a few.
Yeah.
That's true. You guys are making me regret my decision.
Yeah, I mean, you got time. So,
I got time. After the show.
you can take this away, Rick, if you want to talk about it.
No, it's
Yes.
based on the video game Gotham Knights. I don't know when it's coming out. I assume soon. I don't know. Can't find a PS5. But anyway, It's the four of them. The funniest thing about these is when you get to the Red Hood figure. I still think it's funny. I laughed out loud when I saw it.
I regret not getting the first Nightwing.
All right, so this Red Hood figure, so Warner Brothers told McFarlane, he slapped his hands, I guess, because he was doing guns with previous figures.
Right.
Yeah, even Batman had a ton of guns on one of his figures.
Yeah. So the guns are out there, but at some point he got his hand smacked, and now no guns. But look at the extra hands that
No.
Yeah.
finger guns. I don't know why. That was just the funniest thing to me when I saw. I couldn't believe it. I'm like those guys back in the sculpting department. They really had some fun with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just find that stupid for Warner Brothers to do that.
Yep.
I mean, you got so many characters that have guns. I'm sorry,
And I guess this version of Batgirl in the game, she's kind of younger. She looks a little younger to me.
Mike likes the sound of that.
This is definitely.
Yeah.
I noticed Mike started smiling as soon as I said she looks a little younger.
I mean, does Warner Brothers they know that they've made like the Killing Joke and stuff like that? Have they ever seen any of their cartoons?
No doubt.
But you mean
man.
like the video game folks?
I guess like whoever said like, hey, no guns. It was like, have you?
Oh, you're talking
you
about
know
Warner
the
Brothers.
content of some of your DC stuff.
Exactly.
Like it is dark. It is not all bubbly and let's
Yeah.
make like playful jokes and stuff like Marvel characters. Like
And mostly adults buy these,
Yeah, especially like a character like Red Hood.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the Punisher not coming with guns. You know what I mean? Like it's weird.
He's gonna come with a mallet. Yeah.
and then see, this is what McFarlane wants to do.
Yeah.
That Mortal Kombat repaints.
Just spawn repaints and then bloody versions and different colors and just,
Well, because it's easy cash grab.
yeah.
I'm assuming they sell because just like NECA and the Predators, I guess people just keep buying them.
Oh, dude, Spawn fans are rabid.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see on Twitter that someone was like, "Are we gonna get any Predator news? It's been like 3 months." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on some." I'm like, "It's just gonna." I'll give you the news. It's going to be another repaint of something that they've done. Here's the clue: all the Predators pretty much look the same.
I like a lot of the I love the new Violator figure and the Gunslinger Spawn. I love those figures, and I like the books right now too.
This is the 6-inch. So like McFarlane doing all the 7-inch stuff, and then with this he's like, 6-inch.
What a profoundly weird thing for them to do. Let's do 6-inch and 7-inch scale. It's just so stupid. Do 6-inch and 4-inch, please.
Makes sense to
I
me.
can't imagine many people are gonna deviate away from 1/18 and 1/12 for what I think 7's like 1/10, isn't it?
What?
Yeah.
And you said that these are the 6-inch. They're doing 6-inch.
These are the 6-inch, and these I think are a little bit cheaper.
I'm assuming, I think it's cost, but also the play sets because they led with the play sets too.
Yeah, but they have less articulation, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's more about being in scale with that big cardboard Batcave and like that little Batmobile that they barely still fit in. I think it was more about making sure that they were in line with that stuff.
This is a fail. I don't see a mustache painted under here.
You got to see the mustache.
Yeah, like that just shows me that no attention to detail. That these are straight up for kids that have never seen the show, that don't know any better. Mythic Legends or Legions?
Legions,
yeah. Dude, look how awesome these things are.
I try to ignore them because
this
they do
thing
look good.
here.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
Yeah, 4 Horsemen are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do they have like lore and
Yes.
stuff? They
That-
do. They do.
I was
Okay.
about
Oh,
to say, man, if they ever had like an hour long like feature animated something, right? Jeez.
I didn't even know they had lore, to tell you the truth. I was about to, as far as I was aware, it was nothing but like just toys in the same vein of like Boss Fight, right? Like Boss Fight. They have like package lore, but they don't have.
Is this like
Well,
an online thing?
It is.
Like,
It is a. It's on the package lore type of thing, and we'll have one with me. But I do kind of. It's on the side of the box, basically. Each
But
character
there's no like
has
comic book or anything.
No, but each character has a story, and when you start collecting them, they sort of fit together.
Okay. Yeah,
God,
I
if
was
they
talking
came
more.
out with media,
Yeah.
I'd be scared because I know this line has been going on for a while, and if it came
And-
out with media and I liked it, that would scare me because I would
It's
never be able to
expensive,
afford the
too.
aftermarket.
I was gonna say like that's one thing Bobby did good coming out the gate was like launching a comic book with the toy line.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
This is a BBTS exclusive for Super 7.
Oh, old Ralph the Reveal. Ralph the Revealer.
Flasher.
Revealer.
Right.
Flasher Ralph,
Yeah.
Raph, yeah.
He comes with a gun.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Gave him a pistol.
And it can go with this $500 something thing. I don't see
I
it.
finally
I don't-
watched
I don't
that
s-
presentation. Just
I don't
watched
see
it.
the $500.
Well, that's what I was getting at earlier. It's like I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Get something like that. Maybe 250. I can see that. 200. But
I wonder how much is freight from overseas to here. Because like I think as we see more of these new solicits that for things that aren't like those details aren't quite ironed out yet in advance, and contracts not signed and all that, like with the stuff going on at the ports, I can't help but wonder like how much of that 500 you're paying, and
well,
just
Yeah.
the
It's
Yeah.
it's also the scale. Like I think about like how big the turtle figures are, and also the parts. Look at that. I did watch the presentation. It was a nice presentation. I'm with Sport on the price, and I'm pretty accepting of some of this stuff depending on what the object is. This one seems to be. I think it's at least $200 priced too high.
Yeah, I was thinking
I don't-
300 might you had more
I
people.
was thinking three,
Yeah.
maybe three. If you're really into turtles, which I'm only sort of into turtles, I wouldn't buy it. But I feel like you'd have a pretty good shot at selling it to more people at 300 than 500. That's a lot of money.
I just
And this is great here.
Yeah.
This is Beast Kingdom. They are doing the very much requested, very popular one ninth scale.
Oh, thank
So-
goodness. Yeah.
So don't worry.
Whew.
it makes my blood boil.
I just don't understand.
Like
we
let's
have-
be
saw
honest,
these.
there's
I
three
thought of Josh
there are
immediately when I saw these.
there are 3 common scales, and it's like to do anything but the 3 common scales just seems so stupid.
I agree. Next thing you know, they put out a 1989 Batmobile,
Oh
the
no.
wrong scale.
Jesus. Like, why aren't you wasting your money and wasting people's time with this stuff? One ninth. And remember, there's another company out there that's doing 1/10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just looks weird to me. To me, it's like either this person that's holding this is either really big or they're really small. This is for sport. Hey,
Hey,
there you go.
thank you.
Exo
That's Mirror
6.
Universe. Yeah.
Number 3. Number 4. You don't have a whole lot of time to talk because it's Star Trek. No one cares, so they only
Yeah.
made 5 pictures. So
It's
that's all the
okay.
pictures.
Everybody's doing shattered glass nowadays.
Yeah.
I can't
Mirror.
believe it.
Mirror was the first Shattered Glass. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
True.
This is for
President
Mike.
Loki.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
That's something I might get. Oh, when it comes to the alligator and a
That's
candy
bang for your
cane?
buck. That's bang for your
Candy
buck.
cane too.
And it,
Gotta-
like alligator
gotta
can
have
open
that.
its mouth.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Open and
this
close.
one here.
You can feed the alligator the candy cane, Mike. I think that's a buy.
Oh, sold right there.
This one here, I might, because I'm getting the Captain America one. I got it on order, or the Flex Play or whatever it's called.
Flex
Starts in
Play.
March.
Man,
Yeah.
when is this Ahsoka gonna ship, man?
Is this up for
No,
pre-order already?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm fixing to look it up right now.
I went onto the site this week, but only to mess with my flex pays.
What? So all this premium collector's edition limited to 1,500 pieces. You get all this extra stuff, which
Oh man,
Bro, I like so
you
with
really
Hot
want
Toys,
that.
like I clocked in and clocked out with one release, and it was a 1-to-1 scale item.
Black Widow.
The
That was
Baby
that.
Yoda.
I
Was
wish.
this
It's
that
Baby
foam?
Yoda.
That foam Black Widow that we were. I told you
The
to
one you
call
had
me
like
when that came
yeah,
up.
you had to drill your
got
own.
that.
I had to drill my own hole in, but
Yeah.
Oh, no.
the no, it was the Baby Yoda, not
Oh.
foam, all plastic. So
This is Hot Toys. Have we already looked at this, Rick?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we looked at it, but it's definitely been out for a while.
Yeah.
and real quick,
I love all
that
this
President Loki is up for pre-order. January to March expected ship of 2023.
it's I was gonna say that thing's gonna be out in August.
No, 285.
I remember for Baby Yoda, like they put off my last flex pay like 8 months in a row. Granted, like it was in 2020, so understandably so. But like I was looking for that email, then finally, I was like, all right, it again. It was like, oh, I've been charged. Oh, I've been charged.
Yeah, we're just waiting for tax and shipping cost to hit the charge and then ship it.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I mean, I like the Jesse, but I like the helmet on Vaughn. All Ahsoka, all the time. I'm gonna have a nice setup once all this stuff. I'm excited for this stuff. That last season of Clone Wars, I loved it.
That was good. That was a good season.
Hey, real quick on that Loki you were looking at, did it have, what was it, the first 1,500 got all those accessories?
Yeah.
Limited to 1,500. I didn't say anything about first
was-
1,500. It's just that's
was
a
the-
premium edition that there's only 1,500 available.
So the premium would be like a more expensive option, obviously.
Get your little hologram Ahsoka with him too.
And look, you got your Venom to go with your Carnage one.
Nice.
I finally watched that recently.
What'd you think?
I mean, it's its own thing. I think it's a fun ride. It's, is it a good film? I don't think so, but I enjoyed watching it. It's sort of like I enjoy watching John Wick movies. I don't think they're great
Yeah.
films, but I enjoy watching them. It's kind of in that lane for me.
Popcorn movie?
Yeah, I do like him as Venom, and I thought Harrison, what's his name? Harrelson? I thought he did a pretty good job as Cletus Cassidy Carnage stuff. But I really like is it Tom Hardy? Is that his name? I like Venom.
Yeah. I would have still liked Damian Lewis for Carnage, but
Oh yeah,
what
he'd
he
be
didn't do
good.
bad.
I do
He
like
left.
the I like the look. I like the look of these figures. I mean, I'm not going to get them because it's just a whole nother thing, but I do think they look cool. Especially I like the where you can see the actor's head, but you still get the half Venom. I
Yeah,
like that
like
head sculpt.
right there.
Yeah, I like that. I like having that. That's cool. Yeah, that looks. I mean, I think that looks awesome, but I'm not gonna bite.
Yeah, it's a pass for me. We got plenty of Venoms right now. Then Spider-Man, a couple versions of him, battling version. I
Depending
mean,
on
if
if I
he's in
like
his
the movie.
Spider-Man suit, isn't he always battling? Like, otherwise he's just walking around as Peter Parker.
The hardest part for me is when you go to see like one of the Spider-Man movies because I try not to bite too much. Like I have some Spider-Man figures, but I really haven't bit on villains or anything like that. But after you get out of the movie and you just saw it, that's the hardest time for me. I have to really not hit, buy on that stuff.
Yeah.
And just the little accessories can give away some spoilers too.
That's true.
Yeah, you can see all the little stuff he comes with, the little eyes. Oh, and the base, nice.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then this is integrated suit. Oh, so you get the Iron Spider and you get the flying.
That's cool. So there's at least 2 new suits in the movie, or at least this is the newest one.
Oh, at least 2. I mean, that's
At
all.
least 2, yeah.
At least, yeah. This one, and then the black and gold one, but then the Iron Spider.
I
This is a
like
cool
the base
too.
with the pumpkin. Yeah, the pumpkin bombs and the smoke trail and the octopus arms. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So have you bought your ticket yet, Rick, for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go to the premiere, but I got Saturday tickets for the whole family because my kid is Spider-Man crazy.
I think I'm going to try to go on see it in IMAX Thursday night.
When does this come out?
17th.
Kurt Fury says, so guys, sorry I'm late. Just got done working. All good, man. We'll go on the video version a little short time after once we get off.
Rick, you gotta do me a solid,
Okay.
man.
Just let me know.
Need you to you need to go through that hot topic and figure out if I can get that stuff or not. I'm not hot topic savvy or hot toy savvy.
Well, talk to me after the show.
Hey, they're coming out with the quarter scale again.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So just
I never
scale.
tried the quarter scale.
Nah, I don't know why. I mean, that's too big.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I got to dip out.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Good to have you.
So it was fun. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Take it easy, guys.
Later.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Got sun out anyway.
I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Swear to me.
No, you swear to me.
I don't watch these movies recently. It's been a while since I've watched them.
Hey, Sport, I'm going to send you this picture I saw earlier on Facebook.
What's that?
I'll tell you after the show. It's hilarious.
All right.
I don't know if I can find it or not, but I'll tell you. It's hilarious.
Here we go. All right.
You couldn't wait, 3 minutes?
Yeah. it is time to end it because I'm tired. I'm hungry.
He's like, I'm out of here.
So, all right, so we'll have another show in a couple of weeks, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time Saturday. So let's go ahead and sign out. Same order.
You can find me everywhere as The Angry Mike.
You can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Instagram and Twitter as Sportimus Prime, and happy 300th Cybercast.
Yep.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me, G1Xtron, on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you in a couple weeks. Peace.
Ho, ho, ho.